Oh, good evening. Welcome to What's New on this rainy, cold night. I hope you're all snuggled in good. But ours is a little late, and we have Martha and we have Keith here. And we have Jean here. So we'll let, which one of you want to go?
We let Keith go.
Okay.
Well, my name is Keith Skaggs from San Genevieve County Fair Board. Martha Riesinger from the San Genevieve County Fair Board. We're going to talk about our fairgrounds, what's coming, our 2020 fiscal year. First off, we are working on our calendar for the whole year for our fairgrounds.
Wow.
Our fair board, we just got back 2 weeks ago from Columbia, Missouri. Our fair board went up for a big meeting up at Columbia. We went up and had meetings on Friday, Saturday up at Columbia, up at Holiday Inn up there. We got to meet with other fair boards throughout Missouri.
Oh, good.
In Fair Board Association. Got to see what they do through their fair. You know, we got to go to sessions, learn about different insurance, learned different vendors was up there, all kinds of just got to sit down with the other people through the other county fairs, you know, through Missouri. Got to see how they ran their fair, what kind of problems they had, what kind of problems we had. Got to talk with them, got some information, what changes we could do with our county fair, what kind of name, you know, just got down and sat down and talked to a bunch of them.
Swapped ideas, in other words.
Yes.
That's good.
And
That's good.
had at the evening a bunch of bands. Got some input of what to bring into our county fair. Magic tricks, carnivals, circuses, and magic shows and all that. Pretty good, interesting. We got to meet some excellent magic shows. Still can't figure out some of the magic tricks, how some of them was done. Still amazing how how the magic people are, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Had a good time. Brought home some good ideas for our county fair.
Oh, good.
Then we're working on our calendar for, like I said, for the whole year for our county fair and our racetrack and other events on our fairgrounds, which we got 19 acres up there. We got a lot of upkeep throughout the year. We want to keep the fairgrounds busy as much as we can, and you know, we're always looking for help, which we are volunteers. It takes a lot of volunteer time. We all got our own lives, own family, kids throughout the year, activities throughout the life, you know, our regular life besides the county fairgrounds.
That's the way all volunteers are.
It's getting busier, but we're bringing more things in, so we are looking for volunteers, a lot of volunteers, because we got the racetrack. We are looking for people to help at the gates at the racetrack, at the county fair. We're bringing a circus in. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We are going to bring a big national race in. I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. We are going to have a backstoppers race again for the local fire department, police, and all that. We're already starting with our county fair book. We're going to start advertising ads for that. I do want to bring out, on our Facebook page, we are advertising for the naming rights. I do want to try to hit on that. on our Facebook page and on my Facebook page, Keith D. Skaggs, and on our St. Genevieve County Facebook page.
Naming rights.
It's what we do are we got our demo derby area, our show barn where we show our cattle, then our music barn where we have our music, and our racetrack. We're advertising them. The highest bidder to open it up now up until March 1st. We're going to be putting it out in the St. John newspaper this coming week. We're going to put an ad in there. The highest bidder will get, it's going to be a sealed bid, and the board will open it up. The highest bidder will have their name on the 4x8 sheet of like the show barn. Like as of right now until July 1st, the show barn is MFA. They got the bid for the past 3 years. They got that bid, MFA show barn, just like Auto Plaza Ford demo derby area.
Okay.
They bid the naming, that is their naming right of that. So the contracts are up on July 1st. So for them that year, so we got 3 more years coming up. So it's up for bid. So we want to get that out for the next 3 years, and it's on our Facebook page, the bid sheet, and the contract is on our Facebook page, St. Genevieve County Fairgrounds, and it's also on mine, Keith D. Skaggs, on my Facebook page, and I also got it through What's Happening in St. Gen and all that Facebook page. And I'll see if Don or Charlie could put it on the St. Gen's also, TVs.
Can I interrupt you a second?
Go ahead.
Would you please introduce yourself, because I forgot to
Martha
introduce you.
Riesinger. Oh,
Martha Riesinger.
yep.
Keith Skaggs.
And
Okay.
Keith Skaggs,
Now,
yep.
you are the,
St. Genevieve County Fairgrounds.
that's what I thought, you're
Yep.
on the board,
Yeah, on the
right?
On the board, yep. So we want to do that just to help bring in money, for sponsorship and all that.
Oh, that's just the sponsors that you
Yeah.
said.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you could answer this or not, but the buildings that you have named now,
Yes.
the prices, the bids,
Mm-hmm.
can you give a round figure or something if somebody wants to, what
As-
it might cost them as a bid, but they'll have to bid against somebody else might bid more than that,
As of right now, I can tell you what the bid last year. The arena, the demo derby area was bid, the highest bid was $1,000 for a year.
That's not bad at
That
all.
was the
No.
demo derby area. The show barn's highest bid for the last 3 years per year was $550 per year. The music barn, which was the St. Genevieve Herald, was, I think, $375 per
Cheapest
year.
advertising I've ever
Yes,
heard.
so the St. John Herald had his name up there for
Yeah.
3 years. The MFA had theirs, and they bid it for every year for 3 years, and they got it, the highest bid. So we're opening it up for, you can bid it 1 year or all 3 years. So,
That gives anyone, I didn't realize that those things were going on
Usually it's the
Yeah.
big
at the fairgrounds like
businesses,
that.
Yeah.
And that would give
but we
anyone-
wanted to give all the business in St. John County and other businesses.
Some of the even
the
the smaller,
opportunity. Yeah.
stores and things could, they could, you can
In
get
which
together and put
we
all,
added one to it this year, even our racetrack. So our racetracks,
great.
Well,
Now,
once, when we first started it, it was just the one, no, let's see. It was for 3 years, but it was just the one time. I'm sorry, we just had the not the race, we just had the fair the first year. So that was $1,000, that was just for the fair. But it stayed up all year long. Excuse me, but we didn't have anything going.
Yeah.
Now that they have,
got a lot of things.
we have a lot going on, so
So-
the advertisement will be really,
Yeah.
Now, where
They're-
would they go to make these bids? Where
It's,
do they get the papers?
the paper was on St. Genevieve, on our Facebook page, St. Genevieve
Oh,
County
they have it printed
Fairgrounds.
off of there?
Yeah, Fair Board, or they could give me a call at 573-535-4782.
Okay.
They could get my phone number and give me a call. And like I said, we'll put an ad out on the St. John Herald, and I'll see if Charlie or Don could put an ad on here too. And we want to get it advertised a little better than it was in the previous year, years, and that way everybody has a chance to bid it, open it up to everybody. Which, like Martha said, we got a lot of events throughout the fairgrounds. It's just not for the county fair. Their name is there all year round from
Actually, it
July
starts-
1st
Well,
to
actually,
July
it's
1st.
March.
Yeah,
Because they're
yeah.
doing the races and then
Yeah,
until the end.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
as
That's
soon as
why-
we get the bid, as soon as we get the sign made, it's up until the whole year. I mean, it's there. I mean,
It's good
it's sitting there,
advertisement.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it could be more than one of them too. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was
So-
saying, that some of the small shops in
Yeah,
town.
they could
put
go
them
together,
and
you know.
they'd have, each one have their name
Yep.
on there,
because I already got some for the racetrack, sponsorships. I just waiting on the phone call. He's gonna do some dirt work up there for the racetrack, free dirt work.
Oh, good. And
So
then-
his name's gonna go down there for,
Yeah, they
so,
pay it that way, that's
Yep.
good, yeah.
We do that during the fair.
yeah, doing the
Somebody
county
that
fair, I
does
mean,
Stuff like that for us, we give
So-
them free advertisement in the books for that.
Good.
So-
That's really good.
and Kim Gill is our vice president, and she's working on the books. And we're gonna be sending out our book ads and our advertisement for our books here soon. We're gonna change our books up a little bit. Our ads are gonna go out and sponsorings for our books here soon. So we're trying to jump everything a little faster this year, as we was last couple years.
That's
Because the
good.
fair is coming around fast. It is
When is the first event?
for,
July 9th.
for
You
the
talking about
county
the
fair
fair?
or for the fairgrounds?
For the fairground, when
Oh,
will
no.
it be open with the
March.
first event?
March 28th.
28th.
Oh, really?
Races.
Yep.
That's a play date.
That's a play date.
The
Yep.
regular races start April.
Yep.
March the what?
28th is our play day.
And they're like every 2 weeks, so now you understand why. And then, so we not only have the races, then we have our fair, and then they're wanting to do like bands and concerts and stuff like that. You have to understand, that's why we need help,
Yes.
or we're not gonna be able to do it. It's too much for us to do it. But we had some bands up there that would do great concerts. They'd be great concerts.
Now,
They
if
would-
somebody wants to, if somebody wants to volunteer,
Get a hold
Well,
of
you-
me or get a hold of Martha.
your number,
573-535-9810.
If you can't get a hold of us, go down to the courthouse or City Hall and just tell them we need to get a hold of Fairgrounds. And someone will get a hold of us.
And what was your number again, Keith?
573-535-4782.
4782?
Yes.
good morning. Our friends didn't show up tonight,
So,
didn't they, Hope? Hope didn't show up.
I know, I saw that.
and, you got some things to talk about?
Well, the books, Kim wanted me to tell them the size of the books are gonna be, see, we had the great big books last year, like 8 by 10s.
Yes.
Well, these are gonna be more like a 4 and a fourth by 11. So they're gonna be about like that and about that wide.
Good.
They're gonna be
Easy to
big
handle.
enough to put in your purse or your back pocket. So, and it makes it neater. The bigger ones you had to carry, if you had a big purse, you could put it in, but that was a big thing like that. But I think that'll be, that's gonna be exciting for you.
You should stick it in your coat pocket,
Mhm.
if you got a coat
Yeah.
on.
Well, I don't know that you're gonna need that in July.
No, but
The reason I'm doing that too is a lot of the state fairs and the county fairs, a lot of people's going to them. That way they carry them during the day events, you know, because we got so many events, you know, during
Yeah.
the day, and they
Can't
keep.
remember all of them.
Yeah, and you
Good.
put it in your back pocket and carry them.
Yeah, that's,
So,
yeah.
and the ads are still, I mean, if you buy a whole page ad, you will still buy a whole
Good
page
job,
ad.
Yeah.
So, like Martha said, our play day starts on our first event for the year is March 28th. Then our race season will be every other weekend. On May 9th is our Backstoppers race for the local fire department and police departments and sheriff's department. Last year we had the last race of the year. We won it was cold and it hurt us in the rain. So we're going to try to put it beginning of the year. Then if Mother Nature hurts us, we can always make it up during the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we got our one of our races. Then we race every other weekend. Then we got a 4th of July race.
Okay, now are you gonna have your books out in time for these races?
Our schedule here,
No.
this schedule here will be, I will have it on our Facebook page,
Okay.
and I will have it on my Facebook page. Then I will have it on what's happening in St. John on, you know, Facebook page. Then I will have, as soon as I get it
Yeah.
a little colored up, I will post it on the St.
These
John
don't,
Herald.
now this doesn't go into the Fair Board book.
No.
No.
See, these are two separate things.
These are, yeah,
Okay,
This is
I
races
understand.
versus the fair.
yeah. It's on the fairgrounds property.
Yes, I know that, uh-huh.
And then our books only come out like in June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we got the July 4th race. What we're going to do on that race, since it's during the 4th of July, we're going to charge, instead of charging entry fee to the races, you're going to charge $5 a carload to enter to the fairgrounds.
That is
Then you park $5 at the main gate. So you park to watch the fireworks, and you get free to watch the race also. Then we'll have a concession stand. And then our county fair will start on July 9th. Then that Thursday we'll have our race for like we did last year. Then on July 10th we'll have our truck pull like we always do. On July 10th is our truck pull. July 11th is a demo derby.
These will all be where we can take them off on the computer and print them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And July 12th will be our antique tractor pull.
Ooh.
And
Oh, yeah.
we had changed that up a little bit this year. We got the same people that ran it last year. They did an excellent job. Last year was their first time running it for us at the last minute. This year, they're pulling in a lot of they're bringing back the antique tractors. They're going to bring the like the 1940s, 1950s, the antique tractors.
Holy cow.
And they're going to let them run against each other instead of running the antiques to the newer ones.
Oh,
They're going to
that's
let
good.
them old run against the older ones. And they're going to start early, and they're going to put a whole day of it. It's going to be a whole day Sunday, and they're going to do a whole day show of the antique
Good.
tractor
So
pulls.
it'll be a little more equal it out there.
Yeah. And we'll have different events throughout the day with the tractor pull, the county fair. Muddy Madness on Sunday. We're going to have a lot of kiddie things during the county fair. Does Kim have anything down for the fair she mentioned?
I was just gonna talk about the things that we've got,
Okay.
let's see. I'm just gonna go by the dates, like the Thursday night is the 4-H chicken dinner, so they start that off with that, and then the parade is Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, then we'll have vendors, and Kim's got several new vendors that we hope will come this year. Trying to get something different, you know, not all the same thing, you know, every once in a while. And sometimes, some of them have things that, you can't leave out in the sun or can't have outside, and then, you know, and we do have a little bit of room on the inside with the 4-H kids, but we're looking for someone to take that over. Dana's not going to do it this year, so we're looking for somebody. So we've got a lot of good ideas, a lot of good things going on. We just need the people to back us. If not, we can't do this. You know, it's too much. It's just too much. But, so what I wanted to bring up was, any organization, and I say this every year, and I'm pretty sure it goes in the paper, but we need any organization, look at all the school organizations they have. If they want to make money, this is a perfect place. One year, several years, we had a dunking booth. And the kids made money off of that to go on, I don't know what, I can't remember what they used it for. But, you know, any organization, we had some ladies that did one of the food booths. And she ran out of, or the one organization didn't want to do it anymore. And she said, well, can we do it? And I said, do you know what that consists of? And she said, oh, sure. Her and her 2 daughters do it every year now. And they are, 2 daughters. They are amazing. That you don't have to worry about that food booth at all. That's how, that's how well it's taken care of. And then, we trying to get different food vendors, but there again, gates. We need people to collect the gates. That one that they're going to have on June 13th is all day. Well, nobody can sit up there all day because it's going to be during the summer. So we're going to need at least probably 20 people just to collect gates. And that's if we do shifts. And, you have to collect at the gates. You have to.
So there's a place to sit down.
Yes, it's in air conditioning. So it's not like you're sitting out in the sun or anything. Well, you know what? I can't say that. It's only from one place. And that's the big gate up in front. That's got air conditioning. The west one that's over to by the road that's not. But they do have a big fan there.
Yeah, that's.
And then down on by Riverview, down in that area, they just got a stand down there, or not a stand, but it's outside. It's not air conditioned, but and then even for the fair. They're 2 separate things. So if anybody doesn't want to do work on the races, that's fine. Then they can help it with the fair. Or if they don't want to do the fair and they want to work with the races, that's fine too. We just need volunteers to help. And like he said, they're going to be every other week for the whole week from April to, or March till October. I think it's October. So lot of volunteers, people, vacations going on, so you need people to, and people to help with the food booth. Anybody that wants to help with the food booth, I know Kim would be glad to have them.
They volunteer. If they would volunteer, they'd get in free, they get free food, and, then the family gets in free to, for these events. And, we just need help. We can't, just like any other volunteer thing, just like Gerda Fett and all that, it's all volunteer.
Can you put a small ad in the paper? Or?
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, I got it on
volunteers,
Facebook
yeah.
and all that, so.
Yeah, that's good on Facebook. I'm going to have to
And
friend you guys.
plan to be back here with you ladies and.
Definitely. Come on back anytime. Yes. Is there anything else you want?
Well, I figure once we get, we're working on a carnival, but it won't be during the fair, I don't think so. And most of our carnivals, some of the carnivals are amazing, but they want to make money, and we're not big enough that, we just don't make enough
You
money.
have to kind of guarantee them so
And
much,
we
don't
can't
you?
do that.
Yeah.
even like some of the bands, they were like $2,500. Well, you know what, doesn't sound like a lot of money, does it?
That's
You
a
know,
lot of money.
But if you don't have, you know, you have to have it on a certain night, you have to make sure it's nothing else is going on. We've tried it 3 times, and all 3 times it went down. But the bands that we heard were amazing, you know, they were really good. I'd love to have, and I wouldn't even want to call it a band. I think it needs to be called concert. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think a concert, and it just be that, not during the fair, because you couldn't because these people are people that make money, you know what I mean? So, we couldn't have it on the fair night. The local bands and that are great because, they bring in, you know, because when these guys are there, they're not gonna be able to play music above the demos or the tractor pulls or the truck pulls, what, in order to pay and get, and we don't charge for any of that. So in order to have them, we'll have to have it on a separate night where we can charge to get in for that. And we've got the place to do it. We got the music barn down there, so, and we got plenty of parking. You know, we've got,
So
and then,
you're going to try to have concerts, but not on fair night or any of the
yeah.
nights like
So,
that.
now think about this. We're starting in March. All through March until October is the races plus the fair.
And
So
circus.
it's going to be very hard to get that concert in unless we do it at the end of October or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
you know, unless we do it in between, which can happen, but there again, you better have some volunteers because you're going to need them.
Yeah.
Just we definitely need gate people. That's a big thing because I can't ask anybody to sit there as long as we do, you know, and the ones that we have during the fair, they sit the whole evening, you know.
That's
So
a
it's
long
okay
time.
because they've been doing it, but, you know, one day it's gonna get that they're not gonna wanna do that, and so we just need volunteers. That's the bottom line. We need help. There's cleanup days, there's work days, and, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I can't do that stuff anymore. I wanna be there and help, but there's only certain things I can lift and do like that, so, you know.
What's she saying? She's getting old.
I am saying I am getting old, let me tell you. I try to not think that, but my body tells me I am, so.
She's young.
I don't know what they're talking about.
All right.
But,
You've got
Meanwhile,
some other things that you were going to.
yep. Meanwhile, got a big race coming in town. This has been in the works for last couple months. The Mid-America Mowing Racing Association. This racing association, they race in Arkansas, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Missouri now. This is the first time they will be racing in Missouri in the last 6 years. And they pick our track. They've been beating around the bush. They contacted me. They looked at our track. They came up, picked our track out of all the tracks in Missouri for our lawnmower and go-kart racing association. And I sealed the deal on it the other day. And it is June 13th. It's going to be an all-day event. Starting, the pit gates were open at 7:30 a.m. The grandstands were open at 10:30 a.m. The practice for the lawnmowers will start at 12 and 1. The first race for the heats will start at 2. Then the second session for the races for the lawnmowers will start at 3. Then the future races for the lawnmowers is at 5. Then the awards for the lawnmowers is at 6 p.m. Then we go on to the state championships for the go-karts, flat carts at 7. Then we'll start running the heat races for like our flat carts, like on our regular races at 8. And the main races for the features at 9. This is a state championship to Midwest America, Central America. So
Wow.
it will be televised, pay-per-view. We will have shirts, hats online for sale. All the shirts, plaques will be made locally right here in St. Genevieve. That was part of the deal. So this is a big deal for St. Genevieve. We're going to be bringing in a lot of businesses, a lot of local food. We're going to be pulling in a lot of camping area. There are going to be campers coming in to St. Genevieve, to the hotels here, Holland State Park. I'm going to need to talk to Jamie Inman about camping downtown. There's going to be over 200 and some people, racers coming in
Oh my gosh.
for campers and all that through Mid Central area. Also that weekend, they got a baseball tournament. I tried to get that changed and they won't.
I was going to say, they're not going to change.
So I am going to go to the city alderman. We're going to have to get some road closures for this, and about getting a city park for extra parking, extra camping, because we need all our parking for our fairgrounds for us. So it's going to be busy. And Speed 51's coming in. That's a televised pay-per-view racing. There'll be some other racing association out of St. Louis will be coming down, televising it. So this is big for us. Big in St. Genevieve Racetrack. It's only our 4th year racing. Championships already coming. Looking forward to it. I'm really happy for it. It's June 13th. It's going to be busy for us. Talked to a gentleman today. He's volunteering to redo our track for this, free charge.
Redo the track.
Redo the track.
Now, what does that encompass?
I'm not going to mention the company yet.
No, but I mean,
Making it surface, redoing it, making the drainage drain in case there's rain. They're going
It's
to
a
do all
lake
the dirt
now.
work. Prepping it right. Making it right. Because right now it's a lake.
It is a lake, a brown one.
I've been pumping on it for the last 3 days. Me. This guy went up there and looked at it today. Another gentleman called me. He says, this guy wants to help. So
Good grief,
I'm looking forward to that.
Somebody calling in?
That made me happy this evening when someone volunteered their company to do it.
That's great.
that's for sure.
It's a lot of sweat off of me, a lot of sweat off of the other racing
Yeah.
people, so,
Just turn it off.
Yeah, the plan last year didn't work, did it?
no.
Make them up.
It did at the
Well, it
last.
kinda,
It
yeah.
did, kinda, but it's just volunteers, so.
Right.
Watering it down, it helped. I mean, it saved us some money. So, then, which we got that.
Turn it off.
Then we got another big thing coming into our fairgrounds is our circus. We are bringing a circus in on October 10th of this year. It's they're having 2 shows on one day. So they'll be moving in on that during the day, 2 days prior to the show, setting up. And they got a 4:30 show and a 7:30 show. So,
A circus.
Oh,
yep. So,
Busy park.
that's October 8th. I'm sorry, I said 10th. It's
Not the
October 8th.
10th, the
Yes.
8th.
Yep, October 8th. October 8th.
it's a circus.
Yes. So,
So now you see why we need the volunteers.
One good thing about that, they're there, they do everything, all we do is sponsoring the ground, and they're in there, and they pick up all the trash and all that. And for that, that's
Oh,
the
well,
easy
that's
part,
good.
just supplying the ground.
Yeah.
So, and put it up and taking it down, so.
I imagine it'll
Was
be-
that a success the last time, pretty much?
Yeah, there was last year, the first show was sold out, the second show wasn't, but last time we had the circus, this school did it last time it was there. We're doing it this year, so we're sponsoring it this time. So last time, the St. John's, it was the music or some part of the school.
Performing arts.
Yeah, Performing Arts did it last year, so last time it was there, but we're actually doing it this time, so. So we're looking forward to that, you know.
Still a lot of things planned.
Yeah, busy, but we need volunteers. So even if it's volunteer one weekend, that's something, you know, so,
One day at a time is all you need.
that's right.
Well, that takes the pressure off, that way if they would work one weekend, they'd take a weekend off for us. You know, we wouldn't have to be there, we'd have somebody else, but we wouldn't have to be up there all the time, is what I'm trying to,
Yeah.
you know.
How many people are on the fair board?
8. We got 8 board members, but we got committee members, like we got the demo derby people, who's in charge of demo derby, we got people who's running the truck pool, then we got the tractor pool, then we got the racing, the racing series board members. So, yeah, we got them,
Big association.
so,
It might have to come to a time when it's a fair board and then a racing board, you know, and make
Yeah.
it 2 separate things.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
that might, you never know. I mean, because it's big, it's not, and they're fun to watch.
Oh,
They are cute, I mean, you know, and you're not talking about middle age, whatever, they're young to old. Yeah,
They
I'm
range
sorry,
from-
anybody that's listening to me, I don't mean older because,
They range from 5 years old all the way up to 72-year-old,
yeah,
so.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So it's not, it's for everyone, it's family,
So-
you know, and that's one thing anybody is, that concerned about, we don't sell berry those, so, you know. I mean, we did have people, no alcohol, you know, so that's kind of,
And,
because I did have a lot of people ask, but drop the paper back there.
And now with Doe Run Raceway is
That's all
open.
right.
Doe Run Raceway opened over in St. Francis
Oh,
County.
did they?
They're opening back up, and they're gonna work with us with the point system now, with our track and their track. I talked to him today and yesterday a little bit. They're gonna work with us. They're gonna run our classes over there, and so they're gonna try to help us, and they're gonna help us, and so, and that stuff, so,
Cooperation makes money.
yeah.
Is that the one that's up on the hill?
They're the one out on W, out in Doe Run,
Oh,
so,
okay.
yes,
I'm thinking of Farmington.
yeah. And, well, they just opened, they're opening back up too, so,
Are they?
yes, yep. Brenda and Danny Reesinger bought that. Yep, they did, well, they didn't buy it, they're gonna promote it. They
Yeah.
just took that over. They just announced that on the 7th. So,
That's good.
That's Earl's cousin.
so I'm looking forward to them too, so they're good friends.
You got anything else going on up there?
No,
Any specials going on in the little building there at, as you go in, there's.
the youth building,
Yeah.
we renting it out through, you know, for special events, for
We had
weddings, birthdays.
We had a wedding last year.
Yeah.
You talk about, you'd had to see it, because I would have never in my life thought that would have been that nice. But it was beautiful, because we have a gazebo that we got from the nursing home up there that.
Oh, yes, yes.
So we have it down there, we have it anchored down there, and so that's where they got married, on the inside of that. And then like where the big door is, they opened the big door and she walked out and walked down. It was really nice. And then her parents did the inside, kind of like old time, kind of, you know, an old time, oh, it was just beautiful. It was really a pretty wedding.
Oh, my
So
Yeah.
that building is
Yeah.
for rent.
We rent it out,
Yes.
and there's different prices, and we have auctions up there.
Mhm.
Spider has auctions up there. So that's kind of neat.
Well, you had that small kitchen up there too.
And we have a small kitchen.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
nice building.
It's a good building. We used to, we just had it redone, painted. I'm trying to think, painted, yeah, and then we
Yep.
had that all done.
Just, oh, I also want to say something. Chris Klein, I talked to Chris yesterday at the American Legion. 4-H is, they are having a lot more cattle this year for the county fair and a lot more hogs. They signed and he told me 29 cattle,
Oh, my gosh.
beef signed up. Last year they had 17. They got 29 signed up this year, and they have, I think, about same amount hogs this year signed up for the county fair. So they are, 4-H is really growing. So I've seen him at the Legion Hall yesterday. So it's growing. So that part of the county fair is growing, and so they're going to be start doing some work up there on the show barn and all that. So.
Have you guys ever come up there when they had the exhibit hall during the fair? Have you ever been in there?
Yeah,
That's kind of neat, isn't it? Well, I think you judged, didn't you?
yes, I did. I did, but
Yeah.
then, I don't
Yeah.
anymore, but
Yeah.
I did for years, yeah. Entered things for years and then judged for years, yeah.
It was kind of skimpy.
Was it
So,
really?
yeah. The last 2 years, it's kind of been like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Because the first time that I started with, I forgot her name, isn't that awful? Anyway, when we would judge, there was so much, we did the horticulture, oh my gosh, the beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful plants, and some of the food that was brought in, and I told them, I said, you have to start doing this, and that means when you bring all that in and we judge it, put a price on there. I'm telling you what, some of those onions, oh my gosh, the squash and the stuff that they're blackberries.
Oh, yeah.
They need to sell it. I tell them that. And then there's the other part where they have pies and stuff. Well, and we have to sit up there and watch. These pies and these, hear me, I'm talking about sweets now, but
Yeah, oh, my.
it's
Who's
really
in
neat.
charge of that stuff?
Well, while you talking about that, we are looking like Martha said earlier, Daniel Fowler was in charge of the exhibit hall. We are looking for someone to take over that. She
she's not
stepped
going
down, and we are looking for someone to take over the wine contest. Elaine Mooney was in charge of that. She stepped down also. So if anybody wants to volunteer to take over the exhibit hall in the wine contest, the competition, please get with us. We are looking for 2 volunteers to take over that. It's just during the county fair. Help set up, to bring in the exhibits, to get some judges in for the wine. I don't know nothing about homemade wine. We are looking for someone that knows about wine to do the wine tasting contest and all that. We need someone very bad for them 2 things, because we got to have someone for them 2 things.
Because that's the wine tasting, that's just one of the things that they do during the day, and that only lasts a couple of hours, or maybe 3 hours at the most.
You get to taste wine.
Right. So that's one of their things, but the one that takes over the 4-H, the exhibits, that's all day. So it's
Thursday,
probably
Friday,
Wednesday.
Saturday, yeah.
Wednesday they bring stuff in, they're there. So they're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yes.
And
That's a
Sunday.
4-H.
Yes, so.
Exhibit hall, yes.
Yeah. So we're
Okay,
gonna
is
try-
exhibit, the 4-H exhibit separate from the other?
Yes.
Yeah,
And the 4-H has someone?
yeah. So,
but you-
but.
No, she's
Yes.
quitting.
But you,
She's quitting, yeah. It's not, so she's up there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Right,
Saturday, and Sunday.
right.
So you're
Yeah.
talking about at least 8 hours each day,
got
except
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Checking stuff in on Wednesday
Yeah.
evening, Thursday when the county fair is there, towards the evening when we start, they're there probably around noon. I think Dana got there around noon. Well, no, in the evening.
Well, don't they bring the porridge
They bring
stuff
stuff in,
after?
yeah.
They bring
The
it in on
chicken dinner.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
after
They
chicken
bring it in
dinner
on Wednesday
Thursday.
and Thursday, and then
Yeah.
judging starts Friday morning.
Yeah.
And then the judging's done Friday.
Yep.
And then, but they leave their stuff up there until Sunday.
Yeah, right.
And so,
So
they
we
have
are
all that
looking
stuff.
for volunteers for that. We need 2 excellent volunteers.
You could see why that,
That's a big
long time, and
job.
you're giving up a whole
Yeah.
weekend for
Right.
it, so, the last several times.
But then we're looking for volunteers for the whole fair
Yeah,
to help us, so.
especially Gates.
Yep.
Gates and,
What about some of the clubs in the high schools?
well, that's what I went to Valley and St. John and
Did you?
asked.
Last year?
I didn't do it last year, but I did
Oh.
no, I take that back. Last year I did do 2 of them. I did do
So
that.
you got a couple of volunteers?
No, we didn't get any.
You did not get
No.
any volunteers?
No.
We're looking.
You didn't get any volunteers from schools?
We got 3 lovely ladies right here.
I was just thinking, even if we could get organizations that would bring something there, so that they could make money. Like I said, the dunking booth was one of them. I remember when I first got on, I first started being with the fair. The kids were in high school, and as boosters, we went up there and we had a food booth, and we got money off. And then after that, they needed somebody to work the gates, and we did. And they were going to give us, I think it was like $200 for Friday and Saturday night. If we do $100 a night, if we could do, and I got all kind of workers. But that year I was president, and I got all kind of workers, and it was fun. We had like 3 shifts of like 2 hours, and everybody was fine. That's they were all excited about that. Then, and that went on for several years, and I don't remember
I
what happened.
remember when I was in Scouts, we did the gates.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened oh, I know what it was, yeah. They had some bad years, and they didn't have enough money, to pay people.
Oh,
So they come to tell us, we're not going to be able to pay the sports boosters anymore. And I said, does it have to be, I said, can we just volunteer? You don't ever ask if you can volunteer. I've been there since then, 30 years. So, but it's okay, because I want to do it, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And it's
understand
changed so much. The presidents we had, they were, the presidents, the workers. I met a lot of people, a lot of good people. And every one of them's heart was in it. But you're there that many years and in charge, they couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It got too much. They were taking their like 2 weeks vacation because you had to get ready. It took a week to get ready. 2 weeks really. Actually, it takes y'all long to get ready, but it was like 2 weeks. And
I took a
Yeah.
week's vacation last year. I'm taking 2 weeks this year.
Yeah, vacation.
yeah,
Taking a vacation, then I go back to work to have a vacation.
yeah. Well, I will
That's a
say something about McDonald's if I can. Then.
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to know, our last day is next Wednesday, the 19th. It'll be open all day Wednesday. And Thursday, they'll be moving things out. Demolition is set for Monday morning. They said it'd take about 4 hours. So
Oh, really? So how long is it going to take to
They're
rebuild?
back, we're planning on opening in June.
In June?
Weather permitting, but June, they said usually about 3 months.
Hopefully the rain goes away.
Well, if we just have it where it could stop until we get the outside up, it won't,
Yeah,
it'll
it
be
won't
fine.
make
Then
any
it can rain, if it
difference,
wants to
yeah.
rain, it can rain, but, if we could get the outside built, and
Right.
Do you have any idea, is it going to be about the same?
it'll be a little bit bigger, but there won't be a playland. That's coming out. It's going to have the kiosks on the inside. Does anybody know what that is? You can go
No.
up to that, you can go up to that little thing and order. You don't have to come to me.
I'd rather come to you.
You have to come to me. I tell everybody, no, I shouldn't be saying that, I'll tell you. You come to me, I'm talking to you, I'll be friendly. But anyway, so that's there for the people that just want to do that. Then they're going to have the double drive-through,
That's the
the two
ones that,
lanes.
I think in St. James, they have one.
Mhm.
I think that- yeah.
Most of them, most
Most of the
of
built
the
ones they
newer
do.
ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What's a double drive?
Well,
Like
there's two
parallels.
lanes, two lanes. Like, you know how we have the one lane to go order?
Oh,
There'll be
like
two
you
of
have
them.
at the bank, 2 lanes?
There'll be two of those. Yeah. So it'll be a little bit bigger. I think the bigger parts are going to be like for the walk-ins, walk-in coolers and the freezers. We need more of that.
But you still have in dining.
Do I?
You still have dining inside.
Yes, oh, yes. Yeah.
Are they going to be tables or booths or
I'm pretty much sure it's going to be tables.
tables? That'd be good.
Some of them have, it's not like the booths we have now,
They're not,
but they're kind of rounded a little bit, kind of like a rounded seats.
Oh.
And then they have a table like that. That's some
but
of
you're
them.
not going to put up all those petitions
No.
like some of those places
No.
have. I don't
No.
like those.
No.
That one in, I think it's St. James that has the petitions in it.
I'll have to look at. Well, when we go out to Kansas, we, every once in a while, when Kim's with us, we stop at the one in Kingdom City.
Oh,
And
okay.
it used to have the great big old aquarium. It was so neat. Well, they took that out.
Did they?
Yeah, it's not fun anymore. But it's really neat the way they have the stuff. You know, it's nice. The playlands are nice, but you know, those have to be clean and
Oh,
kept
yeah.
clean. And I don't know if anybody's ever, I always warn some people when it's hot, to watch those kids when they go in there, because there's no air in them.
No?
And the only reason I know that, when my two grandsons were little, I brought them out there one day and it was hotter. And I sat there right there in the shade and they were in there playing. They came out of there and I felt awful because I got them some water and then they ate, and then we got ready to leave and the one, he just threw up all over, and then I knew. I
Too
thought,
hot.
oh my gosh, what did I just do to my grandson?
Yeah.
But, you know, you just have to watch them. And I know they have them on the inside, and some places have them,
Yeah,
but, you know, we're
Festus does,
small
doesn't it?
enough. Our McDonald's is small enough that we have several nice parks that if anybody wanted to grab their food and go to the park, and now we have the challenge park up there for the playland stuff, yeah. So they do that, and then they.
You're going to build on that too, aren't you?
I heard.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so McDonald's is closing next Wednesday and opening in June, and, you know, it's,
It was later, wasn't it? Or was that a
actually, it's been
rumor?
going for 3 years. We've been planning on this for 3 years, but something's happened every year. So,
Where am I supposed to get my caramel macchiato?
hey, I'm
Bloomsdale.
telling you, you wouldn't believe, yeah, hey, I'm going to Bloomsdale, so you can come to Bloomsdale.
Oh, my gosh. that's
You're going to go out
really
once,
far.
Mark?
Yeah.
Are you?
2 days a week, yeah. Yeah, I know the girls out there and I love them. They're people out there, so it's gonna be fun. We got some going to Perryville, we have some going to Bloomsdale, and some going to Festus and Peewee.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so we all have our jobs, and if you don't wanna work, you can take off. You know, we have a couple of them that are doing that, so. I could do that too, but I like to talk to people, so that's not gonna happen for me. That's not gonna.
That she likes to talk to people.
Oh, that's not gonna be mine, but I think it's gonna be neat. I think it's gonna be good for it's kind of sad because, you know, I was talking to my grandson the other day, and basketball's almost over, so now they're gonna have the baseball games and all that, and everybody's saying, where are we gonna eat? I said,
Right.
hey, Subway's across the street. Then I
And
told
Dairy
this one,
Queen.
Dairy Queen, oh yeah, Dairy Queen's.
Get a new
next.
Mexican restaurant?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
well,
that should be, I forgot to ask him
Same one,
today.
just different place.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him today
Sweet
when they were
what was in
planning on,
that old one?
wonder what they
What
were,
are they gonna do with the old one?
Are they gonna run both of them?
somebody told me that's what, I don't even want to say that because it's,
Yeah, I
this is not
heard
the
that
gospel.
they were going
I
to,
just
but
heard-
there's so much gossip.
did you
Well,
hear?
it's
Yeah.
because there's,
That they're both gonna
there's
steal.
they're different families, and they're gonna keep them both
Oh,
open.
is that what?
Oh,
That's just what I heard.
I know there was
I heard
one
that
family
too.
had it earlier.
So
And then
somebody's gonna do
these
this one out here.
people took over,
Mhm.
yeah.
And the guy that was in there, in McDonald's today talking to me, they're excited because now they'll be able to have seating outside.
Yes.
And that's kind of what they wanted.
Yes.
So that'd be kind of, but I did hear today that they were going to keep that one open. And then somebody else said, oh, no, they can only stay open until their lease is,
Up.
which is, yeah, and I don't know when that is. So I just told him, I said, well, you know what? Don't start those rumors.
Yeah.
Don't tell me, don't just tell me that that's going to be
That's
open.
what it
So
is.
I just told him, I said, all I can tell you is,
Just wait and see.
right, we're going to have one and it's going to be a new one out there
And then there's another two new ones.
one's a custard place.
Yeah, over there by the.
And then the other one's got.
And then the
Surf
others of,
What's
yeah,
the swimming
Yeah,
pool?
surf.
Shaved ice.
Where's the other one?
the one right next
By
to
the-
where Al's Auto Body is.
It's James,
Yeah.
James
She's
Auto
got-
Body.
Yeah, she's got smoothies and stuff.
Yeah.
Shaved ice
Shaved
there.
ice,
yeah.
yeah.
And then I talked to her and they're excited about doing that. And I said, well, you're at a perfect place.
Oh,
It's right
definitely.
across from the, and then the other one is supposed to be going behind
Behind the playground.
the
Or the
playground,
swim.
swim pool, yeah. So that's good. And I think it's all,
And they're gonna have food too.
I
That one, yeah.
thought they were, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they
That's
said
what-
that.
That's what
Hamburgers,
hearsay
hot
is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you know what, can you imagine, I mean, what had happened last year, and this is what some of the workers told me, so I don't, I don't know all about it, but they only had like, but I do think they're gonna change that too. I did talk to a couple of them, so they are gonna change that, but they only had like a half an hour for lunch.
Right.
Okay, well, you come to McDonald's at lunch,
And you can't get
and-
waited on.
and even if you got there and got in and out right away, you're talking at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
And
there's
then
always a
you've got
line.
15 minutes to eat your lunch. And so whoever puts anything up out there, it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Because
well,
not only are they gonna use that during the summer, they can use it
Year round.
during, yeah. So, that'll be,
Yeah. The pool serves food though, didn't they?
they had
Yeah.
something, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't
but
either,
they said
but
they-
there was
yeah.
food there. yeah.
Mhm.
Kathy goes in and swims in that new pool all the time.
I think it's
Then they're
exciting, I
gonna put
think we
that
need
bridge
it.
over there.
When they hook that bridge over.
Eventually, they're having some problems, I read about that.
Yeah.
I think they ought to put a push button, save all that money with a crosswalk like the old fashioned ones.
Yeah.
Save all that money and fix the streets in town.
Yeah,
I agree with you. That's a good
Sounds-
idea.
yeah,
It'll go through.
yeah.
What'll go through the bridge? Oh, yeah.
Oh, they had a picture
And
of
with
it
two
in the paper,
elevators,
didn't they?
yeah, two elevators, one, I said, how's old people gonna walk up that? And so you don't have to, there's elevators to go up and to go down.
All they showed them was just the elevator on one
Okay.
end.
No, two, there's two of them, one here and one here. One to get in to
They
go
showed us
up and
ramp
go
here.
across the top, and then another one
To go down.
to go down.
Oh, Because in the paper, they just had a picture of a ramp.
That's what I'm saying, they're on this side of the ramp at the top where it's big, where it goes, you can walk across it if you want to go up the hill and down the hill, but there's an elevator here and here is what it showed on, in the paper, and this little short place in between is flat. That's what I thought it looked like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I still think they ought to put a push button like they got in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Save a lot of money.
Put a stop sign,
Stop.
have a little
It
sign
would stop
fly up.
to-
Right,
Fix the holes in the city streets.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're getting really bad, the holes in
Yeah.
the streets.
yeah.
Market Street's getting bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
quite a few places in there.
That's not the only street that's getting bad. Porter's, the one they fixed is bad.
Is it?
Part of it, yeah. Well, they only fixed
Put it
part
on
of
my
it.
list.
Yeah,
Pardon?
No.
Yeah.
well,
And you
We don't
know,
have
I
money.
was looking, when I was going to church yesterday, they can't put any more blacktop on, or it's gonna be higher than the sidewalks.
right.
What's,
They'll have to grind it off, like they did Main Street.
Main Street up above is, even with sidewalks, almost not about
Yeah,
yay much.
they'll have to start grinding it off.
Yeah.
Pardon?
They'll have to grind it off like they did some of it. Yep.
Yep. Lots of money can go in them streets, holy moly.
Yeah, holy.
You know, it's sad that Oaks is leaving. That's money that's gonna leave town, so.
They
you
got
know.
new people going in there.
He's got health
Well, I
issues.
talked to him today, and he didn't say anything about it.
And then his ads, watch his ads, Facebook ads, they're already remodeling it.
No, I was talking to him personally.
Yeah, on his Facebook page, they're already remodeling for the new attendants.
Oh, well, that's good.
I think if people would shop in town,
It would-
rather than go to St. Louis and Cape and all that. But there's nowhere to shop because when people open businesses, no one shops there. I think the two new little shops are doing well.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of
We
people that buy
needed-
from
We
them.
needed, I remember when, years ago, they had a town meeting, and it was out at the Legion Hall. And it was all about, they wanted people to come with ideas. What do we need in town? How can we pay for it? How can we get it? All this stuff. There wasn't anybody that didn't agree we needed a shoe store and a clothing store for men, women, and kids. And then
But,
guess
you know-
what? We get Grandpa's, which was the best thing, I think that, and this is me personally, nobody else is telling this, that the best thing that ever happened to St. Genevieve.
It was.
It was amazing. I worked there, and I'm telling you what, all the weekends, all the holidays, it was
always busy.
It was always busy.
He closed up all his stores, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, I forgot what they called.
But the jewelry wasn't part of them, right?
No,
They were separate
yeah.
businesses.
But it was fun. I worked with those ladies, and oh my gosh, you talk about, you wanted to go to work. That's how exciting it was over there. It was just fun, the atmosphere, our boss, John, was amazing. He was, everybody there was
Why
just.
can't we keep a store in town?
Well, that one closed. I mean, Grandpa's
Because he wanted to
actually
close, went out of
closed.
business, yeah.
'Cause there's
But what he was
people
doing, what
here
he
that
did,
don't want it.
took it over to Farmington. I forgot what the name of the store, what they called it, and thinking that it was gonna, we didn't have enough people to take, to make a go of it. So they took it to Farmington. Because they did have it here for a little while, and it just.
Oh, yes, I
it was-
remember when they switched.
It wasn't
It wasn't the same.
Grandpa's, but it wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Things weren't the same in it, and it
And the
just
clothes, the
Mm-hmm.
stuff wasn't the quality, yeah.
You know, that Ox Furniture, it took me almost 6 months to find it. And it's right out there by my daughter.
It is. I told him that when I first went and got something from him. I said, now, if I didn't know where this was, I'd probably have a hard time finding it. And I said, you just need a sign out there. And he says, have you seen it? Have you not seen the sign? So I didn't even look for it because I knew where it was. Well, I went out there. Yeah, I saw that sign. It's about that big, not that tall. He's so funny. I really like him. But,
Yeah, when we were
he's-
young, there were so many stores, oh my gosh. There were,
look at the dime store.
yeah,
And
the
Rogers.
Rogers, and
We
there was
had those,
Simonia's, and there
yes.
was,
So you had clothing stores.
right, and there was little grocery stores
Oh,
in
yes,
every
yeah.
neighborhood.
You had, look it over on the north end.
Yeah, there was 3 of them over there,
And they all went.
and they all made money, yeah.
And now we have.
But people shopped in town then,
Right.
because everybody
Right.
had one car,
Mhm.
and you walked everywhere. People were
Right.
healthier, they were
Right.
thinner.
It's funny because I told my granddaughters one day, we went for a walk. I remember when the jail was the jail there.
Yes,
And it wasn't and the firehouse was there.
there, yeah.
Oh my gosh, we walked down there and I said, there was bar windows and they just kind of looked at me. And they said, you know what, Mima, I wish we could just live one day back in those days. And I said, no, you wouldn't. And they looked at me like I was crazy. They was really serious because I was telling them all the things that we did. We walked everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And anyway, I said, no, I don't know that you would like that. I said, we never had cell phones. I said, when we talked on the telephone, and then you weren't allowed to be on the phone an hour or two at a time. But I remember from our house up on Ridgeway, we would walk to the Oris
Oh, sure.
at night, to the show at night. There would be several of us, they'd meet at my house. And
Well, it's
we
safe
would.
then. The
Well,
town was
we
safe.
walked through the graveyard.
And nobody left it.
Nobody. And we.
Nobody locked their doors
No,
back then.
Heck, no. We slept in, on the, like and the key that we had was the skeleton key.
Yeah.
And then the screen door we had was the screen and the wood door, or the wood.
Right.
The wood frame. One way, we'd put the, hook it with that little hook.
Hook, yeah.
And we'd lay right there. Me and my two brothers
Well,
would
we
lay.
used to sleep out in the yard at our house. Yeah.
See, and you could do that.
Yeah, we put cots up out in the yard and sleep out there. We would tell them, the mosquitoes got too bad.
Yeah,
and
then
go
you
in
could
the
do
house.
that. Yeah.
You want to believe it or not, at one time in St. Louis,
It was like that too.
in Forest Park, I lived on one end of Forest Park here, and the skating rink was on the other end, and I'd take shortcut right through the Forest Park. 10 o'clock at night, I was 14 years old and walking through Forest Park.
Yep.
It was safe,
Can't do
it was
that now.
safe back then.
Yes.
People
Well,
were
I remember-
respected people.
I
and-
remember my sister telling me, if you go through that, if you guys walk through there, you better make sure you talk to Mr. Balser about that. So one night, before we went, because we didn't want to go all the way down there, me and a couple of my friends after school went over there and we were kind of scared because it was a funeral parlor. It was kind of scary. That was more scarier than
Than the cemetery.
Anyway, so we went there and we asked him if we could walk through there, and he said, well, sure, not to litter, not to do any of that stuff, and he said, and you stay on that path. There's a little path in there, and you stay on there. If you walk on anything other than that, there are ghosts in there. Well, that didn't help. So here we are, let me tell you. We walked right on that path. We walked on that path all the way down to whatever that street is, right off there.
Sixth Street.
Sixth Street.
I don't
Is
know.
it Sixth?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you must be talking over there, between the cemetery and
Where
his
it's cut
house.
off behind Bosler's, that little street, 8th Street.
Well, no, it's the road that, so you go all the way over here. What's that road or what's that street that is,
Dead
it's a
ends.
one-way street
And it
now.
runs into Bosler's, the garage there at Bosler's. Is that the one you're talking
No,
about? No.
I'm talking, okay, Balzer's is over here.
Right.
And then,
That's Fifth Street.
I was thinking it was Fifth.
Fifth,
When you walk
yeah.
all the way down here, once you get out of the
Fifth.
Cemetery.
out of the cemetery, so it's on this side. It's where,
It's the Fifth Street.
It's Fifth Street.
yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's
'Cause
Fifth
it's
Street.
one way.
And it
Yeah.
goes all the way through?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes from Market Street all the way up to, is it Jefferson, Washington?
It goes just right
Yeah.
down here.
It goes
just a
straight.
little bit.
And now they
is.
made it a one-way street.
Oh,
The wrong
okay.
way, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, right. But it was fun, he was so nice, but he was so serious. And let me tell you, we stayed on that path, and none of us, in that couple places
And
that
no
was
ghosts
small.
ever got you, huh?
No, none came out either. But those were,
That's funny.
It was, it was fun, those days were so fun.
Yeah, we
And
had a
remember the
movie
old-
show.
Right,
and
remember the
and
swimming
bowling
pool?
alley, and the swimming pool, and the wading pool for the
Yeah.
kids.
The wading pool.
Yeah.
Gosh, I remember that. It's like we had more back then. I mean, if you really think about it.
But there was a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot
did
more
have-
stuff. We had the bowling
And then
alley.
they was-
That bowling alley was our family's life. I mean, from the time they were little till the time they all graduated, we bowled.
Bowling, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Iris said, though,
Yeah.
you had one car. So you didn't drive off up to Farmington or
Right.
Festus or Terraville. and
You went
like
there to
that.
visit, all
Right.
in the one car.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
But you stayed around town and did all this stuff.
yeah,
Well, yeah, there was a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah,
They even had archery
yes.
and dancing.
they didn't have so
We
many
had a teen
vehicles
town
around.
up at the
We did
Vets
at the
Hall.
Vets Hall, we
Yeah,
had that.
teen town, and everybody hung out up
I don't
there.
remember the skating rink, but we had a skating rink
It was down
down right behind,
in town here.
I know what it is.
In my time.
Right behind Stella and Me's.
I wasn't here.
It was right behind there. It was
I was
behind
in
Stella and
another
Me's.
small town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that-
That's why I
that-
can't
it was
understand.
Big
It
long
was a
town.
nice building, yeah.
We've got
And that's where they had the
grocery
archery
stores,
at,
Right,
too, in
yeah,
that
the
building.
movie theater.
clothing stores, we've
Look at
got
the movie
everything.
theater
And
we
the
had,
town
and
is
it
a little
closed.
bit smaller than this.
You know,
But-
it's why
It's the
can't
people
we
who are
get
in
it to
town.
stay? You know, why can't we get it to stay now? I think that's.
Now, because people go out of town,
Well, that's
and when
so
they're out
true.
of town, they shop and
They shop and they buy gas and,
they do everything out
Matter
of
of
town.
fact, we have people that come from.
and I
St.
hate to say
Louis
that,
That go to that store for the
I
purpose
definitely try to do everything I
of
can in
clothing
town.
supplies.
But
Because
I
that's
will
what
say, if
they're
we're at
famous
ball
for.
games or something, I'll run into Aldi's,
Oh, yeah.
stop at
Oh, yeah,
Aldi's,
I know
or, you know, I like Target more than
Until
Walmart.
Dave left
And we have a grocery
Napa,
store there, too,
we
Michael.
did
Yeah.
everything in
Oh,
town.
yeah.
We spent all of our money in town.
Pretty
We did
much.
not go to Walmart, we
Yeah.
did not go. I went to Macy's shopping because Mom worked there and I got a
Right.
discount.
And you got clothes.
Yeah, and I got
You know,
clothes.
clothes and shoes, so
Yeah.
that's,
But there was Rogers that had clothes and Monia's that had
Oh, yeah.
clothes and,
that's all we ever did. I mean, that's where we bought all of our clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember the Darlou shop?
yeah,
The
Darlou.
very first time, my very first job was with, what was the name of that now? Park and Eat,
Oh, at the park.
and Clifton founded.
Yeah,
And, oh my gosh, you talk about fun. It was like a little,
everybody
it
hung
was,
out there.
everybody went there. I mean, you know, and I worked with Gus and Claire Shank.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. And so Mrs. Clifton asked me if I wanted to work evenings. I could make more money if I wanted to. You know what the more money was? 95 cents an hour. I was so excited. I remember going home and telling my sister, Jean, I get to make 95 cents an hour plus tips. So one night we were working, it was me, Gus, and Claire, and this was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, here comes this bus. It was Loretta Lynn's bus.
Oh, my goodness. I remember when, you know, they probably came from out at Rocky Ridge because they used to have big
Really?
time people come out there.
Oh, my God. Well, I bet-
Hank Williams
yeah.
and,
Well, then
yeah.
I bet it was, because.
could have been. I don't
stopped.
remember if
I
she
got her
was out
autograph,
there, but,
And, well, here I was just this kid, I was only 15 years old, 14 or 15, when I was working there, and I guess these guys felt sorry for me and let me go on the bus, and I got her autograph, and it was a fan, I still got that fan and everything. and
Oh, my goodness.
Just
Isn't that
pretty,
cool?
and at that time, she was somebody I listened to all the time. We always listened to her. She was just, you know, it was fun, just some memories like that. And
Yeah.
those things will never go away. You know, I just hope that our kids can
Have some
have those kind of
experiences,
memories, you know, for,
Didn't work that way.
Yeah.
I can't tell because that one's
Yeah,
not,
the clock's
and I
right.
didn't bring
They
my.
had a house
Oh,
built in the corner.
It's after 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, seen
You
that.
guys
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can go till 8:30, but if we're
Well,
finished
that's,
talking.
Done, we could talk, we could stop and
Kennedy.
talk anyway.
Yeah.
Kennedy?
So I guess the thing tonight
Sue went
is
to school with.
everybody out there listening to us, find someone
And
to
she
call,
doesn't know a Sue is
either
just a house down
you
from him.
or Key
She doesn't know.
and,
Either
or
way.
Yeah,
Kim
also.
and volunteer a few hours. If everybody would find somebody to volunteer, there would be plenty of help, hopefully.
Yes. Yes. Especially if they.
2 or
want
3
to-
hours.
Right, if they want to, if they want the things that we want to bring in, we just need help to get it in.
Okay, so come
So
back again
anybody wants
before
to
the
volunteer,
summertime.
Anybody wants some
Oh,
work?
yeah.
Yeah.
Come back anytime,
And,
You can't use
especially
it
right
on
after that
Broadway.
first race.
And maybe it would be a good idea to do a little thing on paper, like, we need people for this, this, and this, please sign up.
Yeah,
take
we
it
can
to the
do that.
schools,
Yeah,
lay them out in town.
we can do that.
Yeah, that would probably work. Or go to Facebook on this site
Mhm.
and sign up. Yeah, because a lot of people probably don't even know the fair goes on.
Well, and a lot of them don't go because it, like, they're
It's-
not into the.
They're not into the stuff. You And
know,
even if
'cause I
you're
did
not
talk to
into
several
this,
people.
yeah. Even if you're not into the stuff, you could still volunteer
Right,
for
absolutely.
a little bit to
Right,
work, yeah.
Right. You know, you don't have to be, you don't have to be old, you don't have to be young to watch the demo. We have all ages there, all ages.
And even if it's hot and you think it's too hot, do 2 hours.
Right.
2 hours it would pass in a
Well, all of our
flash.
gates during the fair are air conditioned,
Or what?
are air conditioned.
Oh, they are?
Yes,
Yeah, we got
yes.
air-conditioned booths.
So, air conditioned booths, so it wouldn't be that they'd have to. And then during the summer, the one booth at the races is air conditioned.
For the racing,
Mhm.
they're one of those.
Well, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Okay. But that might work before school's out.
Mhm.
if- But you'd have to have a commitment. Okay, you can't decide, okay, I don't feel like doing that.
You sign up unless
Yeah.
something's, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. Lot of things happening.
So you'll come back and tell us when things start,
Yep.
please.
Yeah. In our next show, we're going to have Sandra Bell and Diane Weber, and they're going to talk about the Caregivers Conference and also about addictions.
That's good.
That'll be a very interesting program. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come down just to listen to it. I mean, because it's.
You can
just
come
a-
sit in here
we
if
could
you
just come
want.
Back there and sit.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Or you can sit at
Yes.
the table and listen too, because they only show whoever's
Oh, good.
talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be,
I think you can see back, but it doesn't matter. Yeah.
that would be interesting.
But you're
It would be
welcome to
very
come up and-
interesting, yeah.
Yeah,
Sit.
I can remember, I have to call you guys and ask what's on.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, they're on the 20, it's always in the paper. If
I
I
don't buy it as much.
get it in there in
As
time.
often. I don't buy it as often anymore.
Oh,
I only buy it if my grandkids.
oh, okay.
$1.50 a newspaper. Yeah, I didn't say that.
That's a shame because I should be buying it for other things, but,
I get it.
I like my,
Well, yeah.
Okay, so,
you.
thank
You're
you
welcome.
guys for coming tonight.
Thank you for having us.
And
Well,
thank you, Charlie.
Anytime you want to come back, you're welcome. Everybody's welcome.
everybody's
Yeah.
welcome.
We like all the stuff that people are telling us that we don't know anything about.
Well,
Yeah.
it
It's
is
great,
neat, isn't it?
yeah.
And it does-
And also tell people to watch on YouTube, the repeats.
That's how the YouTube, that's where I sit.
Yeah,
Should be on tomorrow.
YouTube St. John TV, I think
Yeah,
is what
this
it
should be
is.
on
Tomorrow.
3 times this week yet.
Mhm.
And also on channel 991, it's on also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can pick it up on YouTube too. And if you go, you can click videos and then
It's on that too.
it's got a selection and then you just click on what's new and you can watch several different episodes.
Oh,
If there's something that
Good to know.
was of interest in the past, you
Right.
can tune into that. So there's a lot of opportunity to miss our show and pick it up.
That's good to know.
Okay, so thanks everybody out there for listening.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you guys for coming again.
Yep. Be careful with the weather coming in.
Right, hopefully it don't get slick and cold, but it's gonna get cold. Now they're saying 6, they were saying 8. They keep
Right.
dropping it.
For what?
6 tomorrow
The
morning.
Oh, in the
temperature,
morning?
yeah.
Oh.
It's tomorrow morning,
Possibility
isn't it? Huh?
Oh.
Possibility of snow tonight.
Yep,
For us?
Yes.
yep,
Oh,
only for 2 or 3 hours though.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
And I think the temperature's supposed to be a little high. So anyway, okay, good night, everyone.
Good night, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie.
Bye, Charlie, thank you.
Thank you for watching.